there was a guy who was a client of mine, decided to do some things that took his life.
I mean, to be looking for signs in your friends, like you said, you are so loved.
You are definitely not a mistake.
Mm-hmm. Hey, welcome back, everyone.
We're here.
Pastor J.P. Marr Reacts.
I need another cup of
I
coffee.
do too, actually. This man is a doctor in counseling and therapist, lead pastor of our church. I'm Pastor Caleb, production manager Dalton hiding behind the camera.
Yep.
And we are here reacting. This is something totally different, totally off script from what we normally do.
Okay.
It's not a music video.
Okay.
It's not an artist. It's just a commercial that was shown, I think, in Europe.
Oh, wow. How are you doing? You good? Oh, sorry. Thank you. How you doing? God, it's exciting, isn't it? Hey?
So, how's the week been?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope things are better outside of football.
So I didn't just start doing this. And one of the things that I do routinely, and I still study this, is human behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I look at, how people carry themselves. Is everything, when they come in and sit in my office, how are they sitting? What do they look like? And I thought when the video started, it's not the guy on the left that's struggling. As soon as it started playing, I'm looking at it going, wait, nope, it's not him. Because many times, and I find this a lot, people are so trapped in their pain and trauma that they try to compensate and cover up. Everything's funny, everything's great, and they're trying to be the one that helps everybody. And the next thing you know, they're the ones that are no longer there. Yep. I see that a lot.
And everybody says, I didn't know anything was wrong. Like, I mean, even Robin Williams and comedians.
Yeah, you don't see it in that stuff. Why? Because, again, for whatever reason, we spoke about this a while ago. I don't know whether the videos go together, but like, if you're experiencing mental health issues and trauma and stuff, a lot of times you feel marginalized. You feel like nobody hears you, nobody understands you. You can't put what you're feeling into words. Therefore, it would be better if you weren't around. And I would categorically say that is not true. And working hard at finding someone that you can talk to. And this is the reason why I think us emailing people back is working. Because there's a lot of people who can't articulate it, or feel stupid, or feel like they don't want to be heard, or they don't, they're a burden to people. And it's couched in and it's hidden by, I'll make everything look good. I'll be the one that's going to help everybody. I'm the life of the party. There's 20 people and this guy's jumping around, having a good time. Next thing you know, you hear a week later that he took his own life, which is an absolute tragedy. So it's very important, right? And I would say this, you guys may have heard me say this before, you never judge a book by its cover. You know, you hear that. And especially when there's more than the surface. People are deeper than that. Make sure you ask the right questions.
Well, and even to piggyback off the last video, to be a man, the guy on the left, that's generally how men hang out. Yeah, good. I'm all right.
Yeah,
I'm good. And the guy on the right was looking for something. He generally was looking, hey, how are you? Trying to get the question back, like trying to get him to open up. And so, I mean, to be looking for signs in your friends, like you said, and just acknowledging people and loving people and understanding that you're not the only one going through stuff and they may be going through something way more than you are.
One of the things I do when I'm counseling with people, I have an initial meeting, usually, to figure out, am I their person and are they my people? Like, do I feel like I can help them? Do they like my vibe? Do they like who I am and how I talk to them and how we interact? And one thing I say to them is, you'll get to know really quickly with me that 1 and 2 word answers are not okay.
Yep.
I don't settle for 1 and 2 word. Yeah, I'm good. I know what that means. I've heard that a lot. Last year in our church, you know, there was a guy who was a client of mine, and he decided to do some things that took his life. And I thought to myself, what happened? Like, I thought things are going well. I asked all the questions. I did it. And sometimes you just can't pick it up. You just can't figure it out, you know? And it's painful and hurtful. I mean, and of course I had to do his memorial service, which was,
yeah, that's.
do you remember that day?
I do. That's the hard part of being pastor and therapist.
I was
you
so
get sucked
exhausted.
into some colliding
I felt
worlds.
so
there.
bad for his family, and you know. And,
well, in our community, just north of us, has been rattled by suicide.
yes,
And he was from there too, but
Yes.
that same community has been rattled by teen suicide, adult suicide, and it's a pandemic. It's a greater pandemic than the pandemic we went through.
it's not always. And you try to catch it, and you try to. But if you ever have an inkling, like if there's just this small thought in your brain, what if there's something else? Don't stop there. I would encourage people not to stop there. Ask further questions, like, how are you doing? What are you doing? Like, how's work going? Is something bothering you? And I'm a pretty persistent counselor. I don't take shrugs and grunts and 1 word answers as an answer, because I know what's behind a lot of that stuff. Why do I know that? Because that's what I used to do. I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Fine.
I'm doing okay.
Church people are the worst.
Oh, you listen.
On a Sunday morning, listen. First off,
you get me talking about this.
Whoever wrote "easy like a Sunday morning" did not ride in my car on the church to
listen.
Sunday
I don't know
morning.
what church they were talking about.
3 kids, a wife.
Listen,
Like, I love my wife, but a ride to church on Sunday morning can be the most stressful time of my week. And then somebody walks in and goes, "How are you doing?" "I'm great. Praise the Lord. Jesus is good." You know, and
I think I'm probably a different pastor.
We're
'cause
so
I usually
good at
don't
faking.
answer like
Yeah,
that. I'm like,
I don't either. But
honestly,
today sucks.
I don't
wanna
really
be
not
here.
having a good day, and I don't really want to be here. Yeah, and so we're good at that, because and this kind of talks about the video a little bit, but it goes into what you just brought up. We're really good at doing that because we think that we over spiritualize a struggle, right? And really, our belief is the body of Christ. We should come together and help each other and struggle together and help us each other, so we don't end up in the video, or part of a video, you know. So it's a thing. It's a big thing, and there's always hope, but there's some big hurdles. And I would say, don't always believe the surface. Don't take their smiles and joy and as, oh, everything is going good. Now, there are times when you just don't know. you try and you try and you try, and it's just out of your capacity to help. And but that is as real as it gets.
If I could say anything, I would say you're loved. I know there's loud voices. I know there's things telling you are not. I know there's people telling you are not. And people will let you down, but you are loved. And even that guy that didn't show any emotion, mourning his friend with his hat off and saving that chair and probably buying that seat for the whole season again. Like, you are so loved. Don't let anybody tell you you're not.
So what I would say to you, if you were sitting in front of me right now in my office, I would say to you that I get that the circumstances in your life that have been too much to bear, or the thoughts that you have about yourself that are too much to bear, can lead you to a point where you feel like you have no other option. And it's important for you to know, just like Caleb said, not only are you loved, and you are, but you are definitely not a mistake. God didn't, in creating you, we believe that all people were created in the image of God. That includes you, not the person next to you, not your husband, not your wife. You're created by God. He didn't make a mistake when he made you. And I know that life seems too much to bear. And I personally believe this is why we have the addiction epidemic and the suicide epidemic. But I would encourage you, if you're struggling or anything, I would definitely say to you, please email me. Maybe I can talk. Maybe we can talk on the phone or something. I don't know. I don't know if I can get to all of them.
Right.
But we don't want you to feel that way. You don't know us, and we don't know you. But here's what we know: you're loved by God, and He doesn't look at you as a mistake. And if we can, we'd love to help you work through some of that stuff.
And even if it's not us,
or somebody to talk to, reach out to somebody.
There are resources.
Man,
There's
so many
the
resources.
suicide hotline. Dalton will tag some resources. But
Yeah.
if you're struggling, look to other options. There
Please.
is absolutely other options. Your life is more valuable than that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whew. I think that is that video. That was a bit heavy. It's different, but it's a real problem. It's very real. Like we said, even in our own community here, we've been rocked by this problem. And so I think it's good for a Christian perspective and a church perspective to realize this is a problem. There is hope. There is help. We care about you. Reach out to us. Reach out to us or somebody. Find somebody to get help.
I am not going to get any work done.
No, that was a
Thank
heavy.
You, Dalton.
You're welcome. That was my idea.
My bad. Thank you, Caleb.
I
will. I actually am going to go back to my office and continue writing emails.
Yep. And just we love you.
Yeah.
So like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Reach out for help. Don't forget. Keep your nose in the book.